Chiefs Kingdom, welcome to the Eye of the Hurricane. We stand at the precipice of an era, looking out over the snow-capped fields of Gia Field at Arrowhead, feeling the weight of a legacy that started with Lamar Hunt and a vision that changed the pro football landscape forever. But today the air is thick with the brutal reality of time and the fragility of greatness. We are talking about the heartbeat of the dynasty, the man who turned the option route into an art form, and the uncertain future of the weapons surrounding our king. The postseason lights are dark for the first time since 2014, and the silence from one Arrowhead drive is deafening. But before we go into the lab and break down the tape on these uncomfortable conversations, you need to join the Kingdom ranks. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and let your voice be heard in the comments. Is the Kingdom still the gold standard, or is the throne sliding? I'm reading every single one of your takes. Listen to me. The 2025 season was a gash to the soul of this city. 6-11. Read it and weep. For the first time since Patrick Mahomes took the reins in 2018, the crown has slipped. But the insult to that injury came in Week 15 against the Chargers. A snap, a buckle, and the lights went out on the most transcendent career in modern sports. A torn ACL and an LCL avulsion. Our king is in rehab, and the 2026 season is shrouded in a fog of uncertainty. Because Patrick's status for Week 1 is in doubt, Brett Veach has to operate with a ruthlessness we haven't seen since he traded Tyreek Hill. We are $58.1 million over the cap. The ledger is bleeding, and the only cure is radical surgery. Let's look at the chalkboard because the schematic fallout of these moves is massive. We are talking about potential trades of all pro cornerstones. First up, Trent McDuffie. The 2022 first-round pick is entering his fifth-year option at $13.6 million fully guaranteed. That's a bargain for an all-pro. But look at the tea leaves. Veach extended George Karlaftis to a massive 4-year, $93 million deal with $62 million guaranteed. He prioritized the pass rush over the boundary. If you don't extend a lockdown corner before his final year, history tells us he's on the move. The Los Angeles Rams are sitting there with 2 first-round picks in 2026, including the Falcons' 13th overall pick. If Veach moves McDuffie for a late first-rounder, he's betting on his ability to find a mid-round gem like he always does. But losing McDuffie means our 2026 defensive shell adjustments become a nightmare against the elite receivers of the AFC West. Inside the practice facility at One Arrowhead Drive, the tension is palpable. One unnamed AFC executive told me, Veach is the best in the business at roster churning. If he moves McDuffie, it's because he already has his replacement identified in the 3rd round. But losing that veteran presence while Mahomes is rehabbing, that's a gamble that could backfire. Another source inside the building whispered, the Chris Jones conversation is the one everyone is afraid to have. He's 31. He carries a $44.8 million cap hit. If we move him post-June 1st, we save $35 million. That's how you rebuild a defense overnight. A third league insider added, watch the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams is entering year 3. They need an interior devastator. They have the space, and Jones is the ultimate closer for a young defense. Think about the DNA. Chris Jones is our Derek Thomas in the middle. He is the interior devastator who has defined the Spagnuolo era with simulated pressure looks that leave guards in the dust. But 31 years old is the cliff for defensive tackles. With $35 million in guaranteed salary, his contract is a mountain too high to climb for a team $58 million in the red. Trading him would be a visceral, somber moment for the Red Sea, but it might be the only way to construct a younger, faster kingdom that can support a less mobile Mahomes in his first year back. And what about the weapons? Xavier Worthy has the game-breaking speed of a Priest Holmes and the twitch of a young Tyreek Hill, but he needs a quarterback who can deliver the mail. If Mahomes isn't there for the first few weeks, Gardner Minshew or a rookie will be throwing into 12 personnel mismatch looks that aren't nearly as effective without the threat of number 15. We are looking at a retooling phase, people. The Hunt family standard doesn't bow to one bad year, but it demands an uncomfortable level of honesty. We are witnessing the fragility of greatness. Patrick Mahomes' transcendent vision is our North Star, but the North Star is temporarily eclipsed. We are facing a $58.1 million deficit, a roster with holes at OT and WR, and two of our greatest defensive icons potentially on the trade block. This isn't just an off-season, it's a battle for the soul of the dynasty. Brett Veach has shown us he can find productive corners in the late rounds. Snead, Watson, Nazeeh Johnson. But can he replace the gravity of a Chris Jones? Can he survive a season where the Arrowhead pride is tested like never before? Stay tuned, Kingdom. The off-season gauntlet has just begun. The Red Sea never reconsiders. We go until the final whistle. How about those Chiefs? Even in the darkness, we stand. Once a Chief, always a Chief.